Have a lot of different things on my lives, but this live that I'm doing tonight has a specific title to it. This live is actually called "Everybody's Not Your Family," and what I mean by that, everybody's not your family. When you're born, you know your brothers and your sisters, your mother and your aunties. When you're born, you're very dependent upon them when you're first born because you barely even know how to talk, you don't know how to walk, anything like that. So you're very dependent upon them. So you gain that respect and love for them as you're getting older, while you're 1, 2, 3, all the way up to a young man or a young lady or an adult. But then after a while, you start seeing a few things. You start seeing a few things like something's not right. Everybody that you looked up to when you were young, everybody that you looked up to ain't the same anymore. You're starting to realize a lot of things about the people that you call your family. And you're starting to realize that sometimes the people that you call your friends come up and step up to the plate bigger than some of your family members. And all of us basically are tied in to these titles of these family members. And we wind up getting hurt the most by the ones that we call so-called family, but they're really not family. It took me a while to learn that. Just because they have the title of a specific person in your so-called family, you respect them, but they disrespect you all the time. They don't give you no respect, but you want to respect them because of their title in your family. So what I mean by titles that you are locked into to get that disrespect from your family members could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your brother, it could be your cousins. All these people with titles that mean something dear to your heart that you respect, but they don't respect you back because in their eyes, you're not even a family member. But in your eyes, since you're so loving and caring, they're the family member with that title that you respect. Just be careful who you call your family, because sometimes family will do you worse than anyone else because they know exactly how to push your buttons better than anybody else. So be careful who you call brother. Be careful who you call sister, because sometimes, most of the time, these people aren't even loving you the way you're loving them at all. How's it going, Ella? How you doing? Yeah, so be careful who you call in your family, because family sometimes ain't your family. They carry these titles. They carry these titles that make you respect them. And while you're respecting them, because they carry these titles of your brother, your cousin, your mom, or your dad, they're disrespecting you. They don't treat you with no respect. But you being the loving person that you are, you treat them with the utmost respect. But there comes a time in your life, which happened to me, where you wake up. You wake up and realize, wait a minute, I'm giving out all this love. I'm giving out all this love to all these people that got titles in my life that mean something to me, but all I'm getting in return is disrespect. And then when they disrespect you, they want to bring up their title. For instance, the person that you call your mother. Y'all come across a disagreement, you and your mom. Y'all guys get in a disagreement. Your argument is the truth and holds up stronger than your mom's argument. So y'all guys start arguing. The last thing that your mom's going to say to win the argument is, I'm your mother. You don't talk to me like that because I'm your mother. That's not a certified win right there. That's not anything to come to a conclusion for an argument is I'm your mother. Or the same thing with dad. I'm your father. Don't talk to me like that. Or I'm your cousin. They throw that in your face when you recognize that disrespect. When you recognize that disrespect, they want to make it look like it's your fault. I don't know how many of you guys come across that, but a lot of people are good at that craft. They'll do something to you. They'll do something to you and make it feel like it's your fault, and you'll be feeling like it's your fault until you start thinking about it. Like, wait a minute, this ain't my fault. This is not my fault at all. They're good at switching situations around and make you feel like it's your fault. Yep. Most friends, a lot of friends these days are better than family, which become family and become tighter than family. Yep. Absolutely right. Yep. Speak that truth, Amanda. Speak that truth, Amanda. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Hey, Sin Phoenix. Got Egg Ink Studios in the house. Yeah, guys, ladies, be careful. It could be a situation in my lifetime. I grew up with one of my friends, also friends. Watch your friends too. I grew up with one of my friends thinking that he was my brother. We grew up, knowing each other since the first grade. Kindergarten, since kindergarten. We grew up since kindergarten. So in my head, I'm thinking like we knew each other since kindergarten. We're like family. My friend became family. So you gotta watch that relationship too. We knew each other since kindergarten. And that's not the same person you're dealing with now that you dealt with in kindergarten. A lot of people grow up and change to be evil vultures. Evil vultures. They don't care about anything. They let the world take their heart. For they have no more love. They have no more love in their heart for anything or anybody or anyone. For the world broke them. They're broken by the world. So be careful, because these people, while you were a baby, you were doing miraculous things and giving them signs that you were going to be somebody great when you got older. Yep, red flags all the time. Red flags all the time. That a lot of people see. That's a thing. Another thing with family, Amanda. Another thing with family is that we ignore as when we're young. We ignore those red flags. Yeah, I don't even give them 3 no more. I'm down to 1. I'm down to 1 red flag, Amanda, and I'm done. Especially with family, because you start to see a lot of stuff. You start to see a lot of stuff. A lot of people in your family that you looked up to, a lot of friends that you looked up to, and you get older, you start saying, "Wow, can't believe I looked up to this person." And that comes from outgrowing. Don't be afraid to outgrow anybody, because we all outgrow certain individuals as we get older, and we start to see that they're not growing. So most of the individuals that don't grow, when you outgrow them, they can't even hold a conversation with you at all. Don't feel bad, because your blessings was presented to your mom of who you were. Your blessings were presented to your dad of who you were. They knew who you were going to be. Your family knew who you were going to be because you were pretty much doing miracles at a young age. And you were pretty much the black sheep of the family. They knew who you were going to be. They knew your power. They knew who you were going to be. So they tried everything to stop you. And yeah, you may think that these titles and everything make them something important in your life, but you're not nearly as important to them as you make them important because they carry these titles. We need to realize, because a lot of people have been broken down. A lot of people have been broken down by family members because we have a big heart for these titles. Now you guys to know that most of these titles mean nothing, because these titles are making us soft and making us not coming into our real person who we're supposed to be, because we get broke down by the people that carry these high titles in our lives. You have a mom. Some people out here have a mom. She didn't really go nowhere. She didn't really make it anything out of her life. And now she wants to make sure you don't make anything out of your life too. There's a lot of jealous moms out there, jealous of their kids. Your mom knew who you were going to be. Your mom saw you and your miracles at the age of 1 and 2. She knew who you were going to grow up to be. She knew who you are. Same thing with your dad. Your dad know who you was going to be and what type of person you was going to be and how loving you were. But no, they want to try to destroy you, believe it or not. These family members with these big titles and stuff are out here to try to destroy you. But they didn't succeed. They didn't succeed. I would say the most people in the world that tries to destroy you, that can get the closest to you to cause your demise, is family. Is family. Because they know what buttons to press. They know what food you like. They know what clothes you like to wear. They know your favorite color. So everybody be aware of people carrying these titles that soften your heart for them to break you down. And don't feel bad for letting them go. If anybody's not bringing your happiness in 2025, let them go. You can still love somebody from a distance. You can still love somebody from a distance. I love you, but I just can't let you in my life to hurt me again. I'm not going to allow you to hurt me again, but I still love you. You can love people from a distance. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Hood Smokers Podcast. Big shout out to Cuban Link. Big shout out to Black Yeshua Jesus. Big shout out Chester McFly. Big shout out Blatonio Todd. Big shout out Brother King X. Big shout out Staten Island. Big shout out Arizona. Big shout out Detroit. What up, though? Big shout out DJ Los. Big shout out Gangsta Nip. Cozy Mo Better. Shout out to the twins. to Kari and Jerry. Shout out everybody on Staten Island. Shout out to the Wu-Tang. Can't wait till that new album comes out. I'm loving the new stuff. Shout out to Redman, Reggie Noble, doing his thing. Muddy Waters 2 is off the chain. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to all major platforms. Shout out everybody in the comments. Shout out to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And as I said before, I don't have a big kitchen right now, but cooking is my passion. One of my passions. And my next passion, as you can see, is just trying to get people out of the ways of thinking that gets them trapped into being abused by others. So I try to awake people. And it's not woke. Because like I said before, if you're woke, you can go back to sleep. But if you're awake for good, and you're ready to get up and do something. So there's a big difference between woke and awake. If I'm woke, I'm still sleepy. There's a chance I can go back to sleep. But if I'm awake, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm out and about, getting ready to do things. Yeah. Yep. Her mom. The mother, the woman that gave birth to her. The woman that gave birth to her. Wanted to see her go down the tube. She was jealous of her. And that's in so many situations, Amanda. So many situations. The person that you're supposed to be believing in and loving you is destroying you. And this is so many situations, and it's happening all over the place, and people don't even realize it because people carry these powerful titles in your life. They carry these titles in your life that come to you like a venomous snake and bite you. Yep, they just come to you like a venomous snake and bite you. Now it's time to stop giving in to all these titles. You gotta watch out for your heart. Watch out for your peace these days because there's little peace. And there's a little bit of love left in this planet. So we gotta protect the little bit that's left. Protect your peace. If nobody's showing you love and nobody's showing you respect, no matter who they are, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go because if you spend your time trying to put them on a good path or on a good lane, you're gonna bring yourself back down to their level. So just be very careful. Just because they're your family doesn't mean that they're trying to bring you down and be happy for your demise. They carry these titles. They know how to press your buttons. They knew who you were before you even hit the age of 3. They knew you were the black sheep. And what I mean by black sheep is nothing bad. They knew you were the one that's going to stand out above the whole family. They knew your gifts were greater than theirs. But since they were older than you, they want to try to hold you back. But something that's meant to be, something that's meant to give the earth light, can't be held back, no matter what. Thank y'all guys for tuning in tonight. This live is about your family. Your family, the people that you call your family, isn't actually your family. And at the same end, the people that you call your friends most of the time isn't your friends, aren't your friends. So it can work both ways. You got good family, you have good friends, you have really terrible family and really terrible friends. We just have to be careful this day and time and protect our peace for the condition that the world is in right now. We have to protect our minds. We have to protect our minds and protect our peace and protect our insanity. And have to be aware of what's going on around us. Stop wanting to learn the new dance. I understand the new dance is good. You want to learn the new dance, it's fine. But you gotta look at what's going on in the world around you and be aware of what's going on around you so you can know what's going to happen in the next couple of years or the next minute. You can't be distracted. There's a lot of distraction going on today to keep you from the truth. I can name about 3 of them. So distraction number 1, what's going on with the diddler? I don't care what's going on with Puff Daddy. I don't care what's going on with the diddler. Distraction number 2, what's going on with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? I don't care what's going on with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. What I care about is what's going on with me and what's going on in my surroundings so I can keep my peace and also save myself from being unalived. Watch out for your friends and family members, because today in society, could wind up being unalive by somebody that's trying to unalive you for wealth, for riches. So be careful who you call family and friends and who holds these titles in your life. Get some hard love. There's such thing as hard love, where you just don't love too easy. Watch out for those red flags, like Amanda was saying just then in the comments. Watch out for them red flags. And just because they're your family members, watch out for the red flags too. You guys take it easy. I'll be going live a little bit later in a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay positive, stay loving, because there's only a little bit of us left. Shout out to the trolls. Keep on coming on my lives. I don't care. Trolls are invited too. Hopefully I could change your life around. Thank you for your time, for tuning into this live. Thank you, everybody in the comments. Peace.